see it.
All right, well, everyone, thank you guys so much for coming on in to Tooth Talk Thursday. I am Dr. Lowe. I'm going to give everybody just a couple of minutes to come in and spend a little time with us. I know today is Thursday because you're here for Tooth Talk Thursday, right? Of course. So again, this is Dr. Lowe with Awesome Smiles. Just trying to give everybody just a couple of seconds to come on into the room and help us learn a little bit today. We have a special guest. You are going to absolutely love her. I just want to give everybody a couple of minutes to come in. So while we are waiting, if I could please get everyone in the comments to please let me know, where are you watching us from today? Are you in Alabama? Are you in Virginia? What part? Is it sunny? Is it cloudy? Is it raining? Tell me a little bit about what's going on where you are today. I'd love to have you tell me something. Again, this is Dr. Lowe with Awesome Smiles. We have a special guest today, and I just want to give you guys just a couple more seconds to come in. I know my timer is usually pretty punctual, and she likes to always tell me what my time limit is, and I appreciate her so much. But today we may spend just a little bit more time because we have a special guest, and I want to make sure that she, is able to share her information with you because it's going to make you healthier. It's going to make you mentally more stable, and we all need a little bit more mental stability, right? Especially with things that are going on right now. All right, so today we have a special guest. Her name is Adriana Benoit of Mystic Flow Wellness Center. It's located right here in Haymarket, and I am so glad, Adriana, you were able to join us today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming.
Thank you for having me.
So a lot of people, of course, don't quite understand the reason why there's a connection between what happens in the mind and what happens in the mouth. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on today. So again, thank you so much. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Adriana Benoit and the Mystic Flow Wellness Center?
There you go. So I'm Adriana Benoit, and I am a psychotherapist. I literally love teaching people about how you can control can just take some charges in areas that a lot of times we feel defeated, and our brain is the one that is in control of absolutely everything. So at Mystic Flow, we do a lot of different services, and we focus in services for balance, which is going to be the ones that affects our physical balance and our physical body. So we have float. A lot of times people is finally getting to know it. So it's flotation tanks. There are a big tank. Just imagine like a car, no furniture, nothing inside of the car. So just the shell of the car. So they're pretty big, like between 5 feet to 7 feet. And you float. You are going to be floating in 1,000 pounds of medical Epsom salt. The tank is 7 times saltier than the Dead Sea. So that is what is going to be giving you all the benefits for the physical body. Also for the mind, because you're going to be inside there without using any sensory. So no music, or paying attention to TV, nobody talking. So you're focused to literally calm down your brain, where you're going to be able to relax and you're going to give your brain a break. Kind of like rebooting your computer. Mm-hmm. After you do that, it always works faster. It works better for you. We don't do that in the everyday life. We just think that we're like a machine that we don't have to reset. We don't have to give the right virus systems and the right things to work efficiently. So we do here. We literally send you the right path so you can make sure that you can get the life that you were meant to have.
Yes, and I love it when you say the life that you are meant to have, because it sounds so much like our mantra here where we say, when you change your smile, you change your life, because it is so true. Everyone deserves to smile with confidence, and everyone should have this balance, like you said, of the mind, the body, and the spirit. And when you can smile along with it, it only helps. Again, everybody, this is Dr. Lowe at Awesome Smiles. We are located right here next door to the Haymarket Coles. I am here today with our wonderful guest, Miss Adriana Benoit. And speaking of which, don't you love that name? Benoit. Oh my gosh. I do. Love it. That too. It's just amazing. I love it. You probably get your name misspelled and mispronounced a lot, but says a lot, and I love it. Again, everybody, make sure that you're commenting and letting us know where you're coming from today and watching us, because we'd love to be able to reach out to you. This is going to be an amazing event for you. All right, so I had a couple of questions that people had actually sent to me, and so we're going to go through some things today, Adriana. So again, thank you so much for being with us. Tell me a little bit about what advice you may have for parents who are unfortunately becoming teachers that they may not have been totally trained to do. It's a little bit different when you have to teach your children all the things that you expect your real teacher to teach, but you now have that responsibility. And sometimes it just weighs on people. Tell us a little bit about what could happen and then how they could use your services to kind of help with that.
This is a big subject. So the first thing that I can tell you as a therapist and as a mom, the most important thing for our children is to feel love. So I'm a big believer that right now children are connected to. So they're feeling mom and dad or the adults around them already feeling the chaos, the everything. We don't know what's going on. So to me, the most important thing right now is to value family, to not worry about pushing that math that we don't understand because it's different these days. So a lot of times the kids are going to want to just feel that everything is going to be okay. And when we're presenting ourselves to a job that doesn't come easily, because I work with kids, no, everybody is kids. It is hard and they're going to push your buttons. So the main thing to me is let them have fun, let them grow to the different of the schedule and just enjoy them having fun, but set boundaries. It is important for if the parents have to work to set those hours where the children can be around and they can be respectful and let them work. And then the same with the homework. Ask your kids, do you prefer to work in the morning? Do you prefer to work a little in the afternoon? I believe that when children are given choices and they are part of those choices, they're going to respond completely different. So that is definitely a big difference with families that have called and have made changes at home, because when they change that, it creates chaos for the whole family. So definitely making sure that everybody has space, making sure that everybody can express how they're feeling, and that there's no judgment when we're going through these processes, because we're all trying our best. There's no direction or where we're supposed to go.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. You're right. We don't have any direction. And so we're all trying to do, the best we can with the tools that we have to make sure that we're able to make it through this. So yes, I think you're absolutely correct. Also, what happens is a lot of times when patients or clients or teachers or, moms and dads in the household, they have a lot of anxiety because of those things. And what also will happen is that they'll start to grind their teeth a little bit more. So what I would like to tell everyone is, try to relax as much as you can. Use some of these techniques that Adriana is talking about to try and help you be able to get through these things. Because again, we're in this together and we're going to make it through. Okay, don't worry. Great answer there, Adriana. Thank you. Another question I had is, how can being quarantined impact the psyche? And are there any simple things that can be done to overcome developing depression or, the cabin fever or inside blues? Tell us a little bit about that.
So what really is happening right now is we live, especially now, we live a very busy life. We always go, 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 go. When you're living in that lifestyle, you don't really get to settle down and even get to know what kind of emotions are in the surface. So now that we're all home over each other, that we're all feeling those emotions, that's anxiety and all these changes. So the main thing that we can do is engage on something that we love, that keeps you entertained, doing something that comes from the heart. Because anxiety, especially when you're focused in the future and you don't like, because you cannot control, you don't know what is going to happen. So the anxiety comes of what if something happened that we don't like. Depression is being in the past. It's getting stuck to something that we cannot change. And now we're upset about it. So being present. And believe it or not, one of the main things that I'm working with a lot of my clients is just breathing. Because when we are in chaos, when we go into survival mode, we start breathing very shallow. A lot of us are going to be feeling that we are in lack of oxygen. And of course, it's one of the symptoms with the coronavirus. So when we start having breathing issues, we even go into extra chaos. So breathing is something that is very important. I try to always make myself conscious of, okay, how long have I just not been breathing very deep? So I try to do it like once in an hour where I just, because you feel the difference after you go to do, you constantly start doing that every day, a few times a day. You even feel how the flow within your body, it just changes. It gives you this kind of peace that gives you energy, and you have even more energy to go through your day.
Wow, I love it. I was listening to someone else talk about breathing as well, and the importance of being able to take in these deep breaths and, just kind of relax and let your mind go free, even if it's only for that, 5-10 seconds that it takes you to take that deep breath in and out. So I do understand that. Great job with that. Also, what I will tell you is that, a lot of times patients and people will take medications for depression, and sometimes those things will have an impact in your mouth. A lot of dry mouth. You may not understand that there's a lot of salivary flow that's being reduced. It just means that you just have dry mouth, and you may have to drink a lot of water. You may have to drink a lot of fluids. There are some things that you can do about that, but those are the things we typically look for in the dental office with patients who take medication. But like you just said, Adriana, sometimes it's not about the medication. Sometimes it's about being able to manage those changes in the brain and those changes in the body by doing something as simple as taking deep breaths throughout the day. So I love that. That's a great idea. Great idea.
I also recommend naturals. There's a lot of things that you can use that they're natural for your body that don't have to have the side effects of those medicines. So I always tell oils, back flowers. They're so wonderful thing. That's the wonderful thing about Mother Earth. She's constantly just giving us love and giving us gift with flowers and herbs that we can use to balance our body, our physical body, and our mind and our soul.
Interesting, because that was going to be my next question, because somebody had it. Somebody sent me a question about essential oils, and they said, are there any tips for specific oils to use that will kind of help to calm you down during this time where there's so much anxiety and so much uncertainty in the world today? What do you recommend?
So I am very picky about essential oils. I tell everybody, please make sure that you research your essential oils before you get them. Make sure that you research where they're coming from, because, the grounds that they're going to use is extremely important, especially if you're putting them in your body or if you're going to be drinking them and taking them. So that's extremely important. I digest a lot of my oils, so that's why I'm very picky about it. Things that helps big time with grief when we're going through process of losing a person, or a lot of times where the accidents happens, or just the perfect situation right now where we have a new virus that we don't know how we're going to control. We feel that we are not in control. So cypress is a wonderful, wonderful oil. It helps us with grieving. It helps us with just being able to move those emotions that they come like a big wave, and they usually scare us when we're feeling them. So that's a one. We also have rollers, and Stress Away is wonderful. It's one of the ones that I recommend the most also for children, because it have a sweet smell. It have vanilla in it, and kids always love vanilla. Mm-hmm. So we definitely have those. My favorite is Valor. I always have to say it's with a V because I can never pronounce the V's. This one is my favorite. It balances your emotional system. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times we have our emotions. I have definitely my emotions. I can go up and down. So it really balances you, and it also gives you courage. And it really helps you with those times of we don't know what we're going through. So these three oils are definitely oils that I have on my nightstand at this time.
Wow. Okay. And you said that cypress is in Cypress?
Yes.
Cypress. Yes. Okay. All right, fantastic. Yeah, now I've heard of those other two, and a lot of patients actually come to me too, asking me specifically about essential oils. And I know you probably have heard of oil pulling, since you are, really into those oils there. And of course, I always tell patients, just like you have stated, sometimes you can use alternative methods of trying to maintain your oral health and even your mental health. But sometimes you also want to make sure that you manage that with actually going to see a healthcare provider, such as your dentist, because we want to make sure that those things that you're doing are actually having a profound impact as opposed to maybe a topical level impact. Because sometimes those things just don't go all the way through and into the different systems of the body that you really want to. But absolutely, I love that. So I got to remember that. I hope everybody heard what she said about essential oils. For those of you who are really into using alternative methods of trying to make sure that you can modify your behavior, actually be able to calm down a little bit. And I especially like the way that she said the one that you can use for children. And I'm sorry, Adriana, which one was that again?
It's stress away. It's stress away. It already, and so it's perfect because you can just literally just put it straight to their hands. Or I usually, for children, I usually tell the parents to put it right on the neck, so it goes into their system, and it really just calms them down. And it is all natural, so you don't have to worry about it. But I usually try to say neck, something like that, because kids are constantly touching everything, so you don't want to make sure it gets in their mouth.
Okay, good. Yes, on the neck. That sounds great. Okay, awesome. So let's see. Do I have any other questions? I think that was basically it. Tell us though, with your floating device, tell me what kind of comments do you normally get from patients? Because, excuse me, I keep calling you patients, your clients patients. Bear with me here.
It's okay. I understand.
Good, fantastic. Tell me a little bit about what kind of responses you normally get from them.
A lot of our clients becomes members because they realize how important it is to have that balance. A lot of times we really focus on the physical. So we go to the gym all the time, but we're not giving the balance to our brain and our mind. So they really do love the having a place where they can learn to just have that balance. They make them feel more comfortable with being who they are. We also have services that a lot of our clients love it, because if they do have any medical, we do give them a medical discount where they can float all the time for half off.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of people really sees a difference. I have clients that have fibromyalgia that they say that they have no pain. I have clients that have arthritis that they said that after they float, they can go 1 week without pain. So it is lovely when we get to see people coming in and they're in pain, and when they're leaving, they're moving like where their eyes are like, I cannot believe that I feel this way. So that makes our day every day.
Oh yes, I understand. It's kind of like when patients come here as well, and they leave and they're smiling, and you're smiling too. It definitely touches your heart. Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, well, again, Adriana, I thank you so much for joining us here for Tooth Talk Thursday. You've been absolutely amazing. Can you tell everyone if you have any client specials or anything that's going on right now at Mystic Flow Wellness Center?
So right now we have all kind of services online. So we are doing healings. We're also doing anything that is hypnotherapy, tapping, Roham. We can do online, so they can call us and we call you at your convenience and we can work with you. I'm also doing free consultations, so you can also email us and we can work on that. We are also going to be sending care packages. It's a package that it have all kind of goodies for you to just give yourself self-love at home. So it comes with lotions, cream, bath salts, food detox, so you can remove your toxins out of your feet. So it has items that you can enjoy at home.
Okay, well, good, fantastic. So I invite everyone to make sure that you go and check out Adriana Benoit over at Mystic Flow Wellness Center. Tell us a little bit about where they can find you at, Adriana, before I let you go.
So we are in Gainesville, right across from the post office of Haymarket. Okay. That's kind of funny. So yes, it's the Haymarket post office in Gainesville, right next to the Pizza Hut. And we are going to be doors again on May 8th. And I do know that all our services are going to be between 30 to 50% off, and our retail is going to be 20% off, all during May and June.
Okay, awesome. That's fantastic. So again, with COVID-19 having an impact on everyone, she's saying that there are some services that you can get online in the comfort of your home. And then of course that gift bags that she's talked about could be great. It wouldn't matter where you are with that. You can always go to your website. What's your website and your Facebook page?
Our website is www.mysticflowwellnesscenter.com. And our email is info@mysticflowwellnesscenter.com.
Okay, awesome. And
You
then
can also look at us on FaceTime, and we have a FaceTime. It's just under Mystic Flow Wellness Center.
okay, Facebook.
Facebook, Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram is all the same. Okay, everybody.
I'm new at this electronic thing, so I'm like, I know we're there.
Yes.
You will find.
That makes two of us. All right, and then everybody else who's been watching us today know as well where you are. So again, I thank Adriana so much for being here with us for Truth Talk Thursday.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. And I thank you all for joining us today as well. We're going to see you on next Thursday for another episode of Truth Talk Thursday. If you have any questions for Adriana or myself, please make sure you write them in the comments, and then we will absolutely be here for you on next Thursday, and we can get those questions answered, of course, as we move along. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time, okay? Thank you, Adriana. You were amazing. Bye, everybody.